And I've been informed that we are ready for the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater run, European Extreme, being run by Apache Smash, and we with the Tuxedo mode incentive met. So, over to you.
There, so.
Maybe now.
Yep.
Hey everyone. I'm Apache Smash. I am joined by my co-commentator, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Days Ahead.
And yeah, I'm going to be running Metal Gear Solid 3 European Extreme, and I will be wearing the tuxedo as well, as that the incentive was met for that. So thank you everyone for donating and making my life much harder. Appreciate you. So we start on a new game plus save, and I guess the timer will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
The world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
So obviously we go straight into a cutscene, bunch of cutscenes actually, which we'll be skipping where possible. There are a few unskippables in this game. So European Extreme is the highest difficulty. It's game over if discovered, so if we get seen by any of the guards, that's just not allowed. We have to restart the room. Bosses have more health, we have the least health. And I'm also going to go for the highest rank possible, which is Foxhound, which is no alerts, no continues, no life meds used. Basically, I'm going to attempt to make no mistakes, and if I do make any mistakes, then I'm going to continue to try and get Foxhound anyway. Like, I'm not going to start killing bosses if I make a mistake. So we're using all non-lethal strategies. I can't put the tuxedo on yet. I have to get the bag first. And I can see the chat, so thank you for the good luck, everyone. All right, tuxedo. So tuxedo is not just for show. It does make the game harder as well. It gives you a worse camo index almost everywhere in the game. It also prevents you from using CQC. And there are sections of the game where you can use a disguise. And while obviously we can't take the tuxedo off, so we have to do those areas disguiseless. And it looks good in the jungle. Try not to get it dirty, so we're going to roll over the swamp here. Can avoid damage from the crocodiles just by running over their heads. If you run over the tails, you get knocked out. And you'll see here in this first room with guards like how far they can actually see you from with your camo index. There's a guard up ahead who'll notice me like almost immediately. And I tried to do a quick headshot there and failed, so we'll do a slow headshot instead. And there's a strategy in this game, it's called a trank roll. If you put a trank anywhere in a guard and roll into him, it will just put him to sleep straight away. And this is a bump roll. You can nudge into a guard, knock him down, and then just leave the area before he gets up. I love Metal Gear Solid 3 because there's some weird environment stuff you can do, like shoot this beehive here. This is not the fastest way, but it is the most fun.
It's also a little bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah, absolutely. Have to be quick out this room because they will eventually come back. All right, so I've got to take out a bunch of guards here. Because I'm wearing the tuxedo, my camo index is quite bad. So I'm going to use quick reloads to kind of get more shots off. I need all of these guards to be asleep. There we go. On European Extreme, it takes the longest amount of time from when you put a tranquilizer in a guard to when he goes to sleep. Headshots are instant knockouts. I'm going to wait for this guard to turn around, take a few steps forward. If I go too soon, he'll see me, and if I shoot at the wrong time, I can also hit his radio instead of him, which is a possibility. But yeah, we've rescued Sokolov. We did it.
Nothing could go wrong now.
Yeah, everything's fine. That's the game over. The Virtuous Mission's not too bad. All the hard stuff happens in Snake Eater. Right, I'm going to go for the world's fastest cure menu.
That is one slight advantage, I guess, to Tuxedo only. Just a little slightly less menuing, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on how you feel about menuing.
Thanks for the cure menu. The way the game works, it actually doesn't let you go as fast as you want to go. So if you try and go too fast, it like eats your inputs for some reason. So the art of the cure menu. Just before I put the Tuxedo back on, this is actually a new section of the game now. It's called the Snake Eater Mission. I'm just going to take this mushroom in case I get hungry later. I'm actually going to use it as a throwable item. So with Metal Gear Solid 3, you can pick up and throw certain items in the game, which is really useful because we're about to lose our gun, and we only have random mushrooms we picked up off the floor to rely on. Okay, so for this section, I have no guns, and my movement has to be absolutely perfect because the Tuxedo is really bad camo. If I don't do this roll perfectly, you'll know because I'll get seen. I'm going to roll again to clear out these birds and hold my mushroom out, wait for a sound cue. I'm going to throw the mushroom and hopefully the guard will turn around, and then the other guard will turn around. All good so far. I'm going to hold the grenade, and that will silence my footsteps. And now, if I roll perfectly to keep my camo index low, I will be able to get out of this room. We have to get creative when we've got no guns. All right, this is another section where my rolls just have to be absolutely perfect or I'll get seen. Probably not, no. That's an example. I just wanted to show you what it looks like when you do it wrong.
So when you go home and do it yourselves,
Yeah, that's not what not to do. Okay, and as I said before, when you roll, it slightly raises your camo index. So you're a little bit more stealthier when you're diving through the air for some reason. And if I don't roll there, the guard turns around and sees me. All my friends watching are shaking their heads now because they've seen me do that room right so many times. And then I fail it once I get here. So if you've never played Metal Gear Solid before, none of this is going to make any sense. But throughout the game, there's like various boss fights. And we're coming up to the first one here. It's a group of guards, but it kind of plays like a boss fight. You're trapped in the room until you take them all out. But it's still game over if discovered, so I can't get seen by any of them. I'm going to pick up a box here. It's really important. It's probably the best item in the whole game. And I'll show you many, many examples of that later. So the Ocelot Unit, you have to play absolutely perfect. You're on a really strict timer to do each action and take out each guard. And I'm just going to be always on like the cusp of getting caught. So we do actually get some guns back here. Got a non-lethal gun, and we'll put the box on. It's important later. Keep the box in mind. It's really important later. So do a chest shot on the first guard. Shoot that guard anywhere. And then roll over this box here. I'm going to throw a stun grenade through this doorway and hopefully knock out all these guards. Not ideal. Okay, we'll just do it like that.
Where did that come from?
And my guard over here should still be up. and we're just cleaning up the rest of them. So a weird interaction in this game. If you lean round corners, this guard can't actually see me, which is handy. But in Metal Gear Solid 2, if you leaned round a corner, a guard still could see you. So I'm glad they changed that there. Otherwise, I have no idea what I'd do about that guard. But that was the Ocelot unit. All right, let's go for a swim in a disgusting lake and ruin our suit. This lake here is actually infested with leeches and crocodiles, which I'll try to avoid by jumping into the first one I see. And remember to take the leech off. I'm saying this out loud so I remember to do it. But you get a leech attached to you when you swim in this disgusting water, and it slowly drains your stamina. I really don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to take it off now. Might get the random cutscene. Yeah, we'll watch it. Nah, I'm kidding, it's gross. He bends it off with a cigar. There's like a 10% chance of that happening, so I'm considering that a good omen.
So if I were to describe MGS3 stealth gameplay, I think the best word I would use is expression.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to express yourself. Apache's trying for the fastest and most efficient way, but as you can see, it can also be pretty wacky as well.
I think it's like an arcade puzzle game. And there's a lot of different ways to solve the puzzle. But I just put those dogs to sleep there. The dogs bark at you, and then you get to continue, so we just sent them for a little nap. No dogs will be harmed in the making of this speedrun. Dogs can only actually cause an alert if there's a guard in the room. So if you knock out all the guards, the dogs just bark at you and they don't cause a continue. So we do all non-lethal strats, and that refers to the scorecard at the end. We try and get no kills, no alerts, no continues. But interestingly, if a guard dies from an explosive barrel like this, that doesn't actually count as a kill as far as the game's concerned. So we like to abuse that where possible. All right, time for the Ocelot Fight for any Ocelot fans. There's a few here. The whole objective in this duel is to keep him as still as possible, because if he runs around, it's a lot more difficult to hit him. So I'm kind of trying to loop him by doing various things to keep him in the same place. If you shoot this goat at the back, it actually makes him do a weird interaction, or it would have if I shot him quick enough. All right, so I'm kind of on a backup here now. I'm just going to have to... Oh, that actually worked out kind of well. I'm just moving back and forth as... Yeah, that was the Ocelot Fight. It's hard to explain and do at the same time. I kind of messed that up, but don't tell anyone. It can actually be a little bit faster than that.
So for folks who are not familiar with this game, you know, it's kind of dark right now, right? But as you keep going and proceeding, Snake's, or Big Boss, or spoilers, his eyes sort of adjust to the light. You can kind of see it here right now, but we're not going to stay long enough to really enjoy this feature. So
yeah, when the game came out, obviously we had no idea where we were going, and the room would just adjust, and it would slowly increase the brightness. There's also a torch you can find, but once you've been here enough, you can kind of just do it in darkness anyway. You'll see me equip the box quite a lot to go up hills. So Snake has like a staggered animation when he's moving on an incline, but they didn't put one in for the box. So if you ever see me equip the box to climb upstairs and things like that, it's just because it's faster. I'm doing really well on bullet. Yeah, I remember to get the bullets. Good times. I'm coming up to the Pain fight, and the Pain has a shield mechanic. And I'm going to use grenades to take his shield down, so I'm just going to equip some now. This boss is absolutely horrible. Basically, if I mess up, he'll kill me. So hopefully just don't mess up, right? Just going to throw grenades, clear the swarms. And I'm trying to hit his like tiny hitbox. I'm trying to hit him in the head, but this is really not good. The swarm might just straight up kill me here. Oh, we got lucky, really lucky. Good times, got really lucky. That's phase one, phase one. Don't clap yet, I might still die.
I want to know the mentality of anybody who's here who's never played this game and they're just like, bees? Not the bees!
Yes. Oh, I'm really glad that. I was so nervous when that swarm came towards me. Like that swarm could just kill you from full health. So I was like, oh no, here we go. That's a really tough fight. It's very hard to like do and explain. But basically, you have to hit him in the head, but his head hitbox is like 2 pixels, and if you mess up, generally he kills you. And so continuing our quest for the various cuisine in this game, I'm going to get some moldy cave fruit, and I will actually be eating this later, so this is super important. I'm doing a vegan run.
You can probably also find a lot of moldy cave fruit and some of the mini fridges throughout the Gaylord this evening.
Possibly, potentially.
So, pro tip.
So in a normal run, like a non-Tuxedo run of the game, we don't actually have to do anything to manage our stamina, because the camo that you get from Ocelot, the animal's camo, prevents your aim from shaking when you're below half stamina. But in Tuxedo, we don't have that luxury, so it is super important that we have a strict diet plan. Here I'm just avoiding the spotlights, so just swim around them.
Someone asked what platforms you can play Metal Gear Solid 3 on. Quite a few, actually. Apache is currently playing it on the Xbox Series X with backwards compatibility, correct? So
yeah, that's right.
Any Xbox with compatibility. If you still have a PlayStation 3, I run it on the HD collection when I stream. If you really like PowerPoint presentations, it's also on the 3DS. But yeah, lots of places where you can play MGS3.
So here I'm going to do some damage to a boss. I'm not going to kill him early. People often ask, like, do you kill him early? Surely that's faster. It's actually not. It's faster to fight him legitimately. In order to kill the boss early, you have to go and get the SVD sniper rifle, and it's like 2 minutes out the way. And also, if you kill him, you don't get his weapon from the fight, and the weapon you get from him is good for bosses later, like the Fury. So that's why we don't kill him early. It's slower. And we don't get his gun. All right, so the roll in this game is really strong, and I'm going to hopefully show you why it's so strong now. One more. Perfect. So we're coming up to the lab section where we meet Groznyj. Normally when you play the game, you'll wear the scientist costume in order to sneak through the lab. I don't have that luxury today, so I'm going to do it all in the Tuxedo, which is much harder than doing it in the scientist costume. It's part of what makes this run so fun, in quotes. That's the wrong gun. I nearly shot that guard in the head. Do you know what? I'm just going to reset this room. Yeah, I'm just going to reset this room. I had the wrong gun, and I was like, wait, I don't want to kill this guard.
And for context, for those who don't know, Snake, as part of his mission, gets a fake death pill. This is foreshadowing, but you can also use it as a speedrunner to reset sections as well.
It really is a gift, just being able to instantly reset any room when there's a problem, because obviously if I had to wait, I was going to get a continue in that room eventually, so I was just kind of skipping to that part. Fortunately, that's like an instant headshot on that guard if you just hold your gun out handy. I should be more right here. Okay, so let's do Disguiseless Lab. It's a bunch of taking out guards, and you have to have like really perfect timing for each room. Just get in this doorway, lean around the corner. I'm just going to do like a punch kick and a little twirl for timing. I'm kind of close to this guard. I don't like how close I am.
That punch kick timing thing becomes imperative when he does blindfold runs, which, by the way, he does blindfold runs at MGS3 as well.
Yeah, I'm working on a full game blindfolded run, but it's, as you can imagine, quite hard. It's taking time to route. The box is great. One use of the box is opening doors. It's got a bunch of other uses. Scientists can't alert to a box for some reason. That's like a second use. We'll see if we can count them all. There's so many. So here, I'm going to use the box to open the door. And then once this scientist puts his arms down, take him out. When a guard is going for like a down teammate, he can't see Snake in the box. So do a few punch kicks for timing. The scientist can't alert to the box, and the guard is not facing my direction. Hide behind this wall, lean out, and we're good. We've got like one more room. Disguiseless Lab going pretty well so far. Got to roll out to the right here just so this guard doesn't hear me. Trank roll. And do 2 punch kicks just for timing. And I just want to get in this doorway, and I want this guard to be underneath the light. That means the other guard will be facing away. Put my new silencer on. There we go, Disguiseless Lab. Oh no. That should have been a continue there. I don't know why that... I guess everyone gets lucky once.
Is that MAGFest magic?
Yeah. Here I have very limited time to take this guard out because he can see me from so far away. He gets like 2 more steps and that guard sees you, but there's no real of a clean way of taking him out. I'm pre-equipping the stun grenade because the next fight is with the Fear. The Fear has an interesting mechanic. If you stun the Fear on the ground, any damage he takes is converted to stamina damage, and he doesn't get iframes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fake death pill, which will make him come down to the ground, and I'm going to do it next to the rope trap. And after I've stunned him, I'm going to set the rope trap off, and that will just instantly hit him for like all of his health. It'll make more sense when I do it. Actually, it'll make less sense when I do it, but I hope you enjoy it.
And the Fear was just getting started.
There we go, that's the fight. I told you it'd make less sense. I'm going to cure the poison. Remember to eat my moldy cave fruit. Pretty tasty. Somehow I doubt that. And equip the cigar gas spray, it's really useful. And as far as rooms go with guards, on any run, this is the hardest room. So, like, out of all the rooms in the game, this one's the hardest. It's called Warehouse 2, or Warehouse the Return. I'm going to distract a guard on the second floor, land on a guard on the ground floor, equip the box, cigar gas spray this guard, and then I'm just going to jump into this guard, re-equip the box. Easy, right?
All with an arrow to the knee.
Yeah. So the arrow is actually super important. I gotta leave the arrow in for a boss. I'll explain it. I'll explain it when it comes to it. I'm leaving it in. It's a manipulation for later. So has anyone not played Metal Gear before? In case anyone's confused, I'll just briefly explain it. This next part's the end. It's not the end of the run. It's a boss called the end. There's also a boss called the boss, but that's not this boss. That boss is at the end. Just in case anyone was confused at what's going on. Okay, I'm going to roll into this guard on his left. That will knock him down behind that tree, so when he stands up, he doesn't see me. Shoot the wall here. Equip the grenade to silence my footsteps. That'll get me past that guard. This next guard, I'm just going to bump into him with the box and spray him with the cigar gas spray. One more. Right, let's do the end fight. So if you've never seen the speedrun before, however you think we do the end fight, you are going to be wrong. We don't do it however you think we do it, but I'll try and explain. So I left the arrow in my knee. That makes the end spawn in the prone position for some reason. And I'm just going to shoot him 3 times at the start here. And that'll knock him down. So there's a fail-safe mechanic built into the game in case you spend a long time looking for the end. After 25 seconds, if he hasn't seen you, he will. If you make a loud sound, he will spawn from the furthest position he can see you from. So we know where that position is. I'm just going to wait out the time by punch kicking 7 times. 6. I think that was 7. And now I'm going to throw a smoke grenade between me and where he'll spawn after I make a loud sound. That's just so he can't see me. And that will make him spawn. And now he's spawned here over on the left side of the room. And he's just behind this tree. I hope he's behind this tree anyway. He is behind the tree. And now I'm going to do punch, punch, spray. Punch, punch. Hold him up.
You see what we mean about, like, expressive?
Just knock him down. And now I'm just going to try and catch him. I'm kind of manipulating the route that he's going to take, like, to make him go back and forth. And now when he goes south, I'm just going to launch my stun grenade into his path.
Stop! He's already dead!
Vape Nash. And hopefully he'll run south, north again. Got him. Was I right? Did anyone think I was going to do the end fight like that? So recently, someone found a skip for the ladder, but don't worry, I'm not going to do it. It's one of my favorite sections of the game. I don't like to say anything. I just like to enjoy the music. Feel free to join in if you know the words. Please stand for the national anthem.
of this.
Thanks, guys. That was
Give
really
yourselves
special.
a round of applause. That was beautiful. Thank you.
All right, I hope you're all enjoying yourself. I'm not. I've got 3 bullets, which is not a lot. And not really got a backup plan for this one. I may end up killing some guards here. I'm just like doing a mental count. In fact, you know what? There's a guard at the end of the room that if you shake him down, he has a package of ammo on him, and I don't even know if you can get away with doing that. So let's find out. I'm wondering if I can knock this guard down and shake him down for ammo without the guard on the left noticing. Let's find out. Let's find out together. Let's find out. I'm not out yet. I'm not out yet.
Oh.
Too soon. Right, I'm gonna kill some guards, so everyone just close your eyes and pretend I didn't. No, I think. No, I'm just in trouble no matter what way I look at it here. Normally I should have more ammo than this. I've got one bullet and I need 2. That's not good. I'm gonna reset this room. Actually, that's really bad. Now I have no bullets. Alright, I'm completely making this up now. I can't run forward too fast here. That guard will see me. Now I have bullets, but I also have a huge problem with the guards. What about if I just left and came back? Yeah, I think that'll work. This is like my solution to all the problems. Just reset the room, just start again. Okay, let's pretend I'm entering this room for the first time.
Can't believe you're entering this room for the first time.
You are the best audience I've ever had. Thanks so much.
I also want to note that this is Apache's first MAGFest.
Yeah.
And I think he's having a good time so far. I'm hoping. Until this point, I think he has.
I'm having a great time. Afterwards, I'm getting really drunk, so I'm going to be having a really good time. All right, I'm going to take the box off. If you go behind a guard with the box on, they can actually hear you from further away. That's just some information that you'll probably never find useful, but interesting all the same. I'm going to lean against this wall here. There's a couple of guards here. If this guard gets to the end and turns down and looks in this direction, he will see me. So we'll just take him out. And if you think Snake has like a big roll hitbox in Smash, check this out. I'm going to roll over here, make the guard look at the wall, come to the end, lean around the corner to take this guard out. I'm going to accidentally kill this guard with the explosive barrel.
It was an
It
accident.
doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
It's a workplace hazard.
They don't have OSHA in the Soviet Union. It's fine.
So we're going to head down now to the, without a doubt, the hardest boss in the game. He's called the Fury. He's got a flamethrower. Kills us in like one hit. But on the Xbox version, because it stays at 60 FPS all the time, like more fire can remain on the ground. So the hardest fight in the game is like even harder on the Xbox. And normally you use a sound cue to hear where he's going, but I'm going to have to aim the gun to see whether he goes left or right at the start. I'll equip the Mosin gun. That's the gun we got from the end. That's why we don't kill him early. This gun's like really good for killing the Fury with. It kills him in 8 hits. Whereas if you use the Mark 22, I think it takes like 16. At the start of the fight, he sometimes says, "Are you ready for this?" And the answer is always no.
If only Quad City DJs started playing during this fight.
Damn it. That's like unfortunate RNG.
Peekaboo.
Now we're just playing like trying to find him. Ah, damn it. I ran in right into the fire there. Walked right into it. I only need to hit him one more time, so it'd be really cool if he didn't do this tricky stuff. I'm 1 hit from death, and he's 1 hit from death. Now it's a fair fight. Take that.
Don't bring a flamethrower to a roll fight.
Just gonna take a nice safe route around. The guards will see me for a second, but I can get out of sight here. All right, I've been talking up the box. I've been talking up the box quite a lot, but I'm gonna show you another really cool use of it now. Or am I? I think I am. Yeah, I am. There's a good chance I'll get caught here. That guard's gonna turn around in a sec. It's a stealth game. Alright, I'm gonna try and explain this. I'm gonna throw a smoke grenade. That's not gonna work. Oh, maybe it will. Okay, that guard is psychically linked to Rykov, so Rykov will come run in for the radio now. And there he is, and we can just take him out.
And for those who don't know who Rykov is, he's a measured response to fan reaction to MGS2.
It's a, yeah. We're all good. For anyone who's not played this game before, we're just stealing this man's clothes. So I've got to take the tuxedo off now, otherwise I can't actually progress any further in the game.
He's still sexy though. Like, look, he's riding.
So this game doesn't have that many glitches, but this one glitch it does have always does. You'll enjoy it. That was found by Appel. He finds like all the glitches in this game. All right, we got a 2-minute unskippable cutscene, so just talk amongst yourselves.
This is for those who don't know this game. This is where you get tortured, and the main villain describes your naked body. You know,
He
simple
does.
simple MGS things.
He does. If he says you've got a beautiful body and that he's a patient man, that's not your boyfriend. That's Volgin.
I know you gave the data to someone. You.
And speaking of his response, you know, if he does say that you look like a newborn baby, that means you're doing pretty well, but he wants to make things worse. And his dialogue does change depending on how much damage you have taken throughout the game. Just another one of Kojima's cute little details for Metal Gear.
Yeah, another fun detail here. When you actually get tortured, your health will decrease, but if you hold the item menu, you don't actually take any damage.
Also, a fun thing about this. Oh, sorry, if you want to do donations.
Go.
Do I have time to get a
Yeah,
donation?
absolutely.
All right. We have a $20 donation from Graylots, who says, I'd love to see you speedrun the Metal Gear Solid 3 Ape Escape minigame. If you have any extra time, can you tackle that as well? Well, as far as time goes, we are going to have to see whether we have time for that. But with that, the bidware for Dark Souls ending is only $15 apart, 60 for Fire ending versus 45 for Dark ending. That's the last incentive we're going to have today. That runs the run after this, so be sure to get your donations in for that.
Or maybe it's the legacy. Answer me. Who is helping me?
The fun irony about this scene is that Volgin's intention is to try to get information out of you, but all he ends up doing is just telling you everything you need to know. He's not a very good interrogator. I don't know how Ocelot learned anything from this man.
All right, so now I'm completely naked. I'm in jail. I have no weapons, so I'm going to kick a rat to death. I'm really sorry. It is super important.
Vegan run,
And now I'm
broken.
going to spin around in the menu 10 times. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's to make Snake throw up. So if you ever want to escape jail, this is the strategy. I stopped counting, so I'm just going to keep spinning. I'm going to do enough spins.
You spin me right round, baby.
There we go. If you throw up, the jailer will obviously come in and help you. And we can just beat him up, beat up Johnny. Shake him down, get some smoke grenades, which he always drops. And now this rat is super important. So this is a frame perfect trick. I'm just going to throw this rat out. Use the grenade to silence my footsteps. And that's how you escape jail. Right, I've got to throw a smoke grenade absolutely perfectly. I need to encompass 2 guards with it. You'll know if I've done it wrong. Told you you'd know. It's a little bit too far to the right. This should be good. We're all good. Alright, I'm going to pick up an extra life med here. That's just for later in case I need it. And some dogs are going to start chasing us, so we have to hurry up through the sewers.
With a now broken leg.
Yeah.
Did you, I forgot, did you take out that guy on the cliff or no? I don't think.
No, I didn't. No,
Okay.
I didn't. No, I didn't. You were thinking he'd be there during the sorrow. Yeah. So the next fight is the sorrow fight. It's kind of like an anti-fight. We just drown ourselves as fast as possible to get out of it. But you'll see like any guards that you've killed during the run. You'll see them in the river. We haven't actually killed any, but you also see like the bosses that you fought as well. But we're not going to do any of that. We're just gonna drown. Something the sorrow says here is very beautiful to me. How poetic.
Very deep.
Yeah, so we just use the fake death pill, and that'll get us out the fight fast. I'm actually doing this. I'm doing a Metal Gear Solid 3 run at the upcoming GDQ, and there's an incentive for all camos. So if we do all camos, you'll get to see all of the sorrow because we have to go all the way to the end of it to get the spirit camo, and that'll be a race between me and my good friend Vermilion. We can get our clothes back in just a second, put our tuxedo back on. We cheat a little bit in tuxedo runs because you have to be wearing the tuxedo in all rooms where you can wear it, but you don't actually have to put it on until you get to the end of the room, which saves the menu. As long as it doesn't interfere with like any guards, it's perfectly acceptable. We're going to pick up a shiny new box at the end of this room as well. It's really important. We're actually going to use this box for its intended purpose. Which is, if you get in trucks and put the box on, you'll get transported to new locations. And we use it to get into the weapons lab faster. Try and remember this menu. I think that's right. Yeah, that looks right. Camo. Nearly forgot. The hardest part about European Extreme is like just how good the guards are at catching you out. They're really intelligent. This gets us into the weapons lab nice and fast. So the weapons lab has an interesting mechanic. If you shoot a non-lethal round at the fuel tanks, all the guards will just run away. They actually all run to the top floor, which makes this room nice and easy. Get them all out of the way as quickly as possible. We've got to go around planting these C3 charges on each of the fuel tanks. Just like the scientists, the mechanics, they won't alert to the box. He can't actually see me there. He can't see through that. Obviously, he can see over it, but the AI's vision's not good. Okay, so for the Volgin fight, we don't have the ability to use CQC. So while you're wearing the tuxedo, you can't use CQC. So it does make this fight a lot harder. We're basically going to have to manipulate him. So the first thing to do is just run straight at him. And that'll give me his back. And then he'll always stand and gloat. And I'm going to run as far away as possible from him, and I really didn't want him to do this attack specifically, but we made it work. That's not good. This is really not good. I may just reset this fight. I was too close on it. I'm just gonna reset. I'm gonna reset. We're gonna go again. I was too close to him, so my gun was like inside of him. The second part's actually the easier part as well, so that was fun to mess that bit up. Okay. Okay, part two. Let's get it right this time. So there's a small gap after he does his attack. There's like a small gap in his iframes where you can begin hitting him like that. Yeah, just like that. First time, perfect. So this section of the game, for some reason, they decided to like dial the music up to like 900. So if tech could possibly just turn my game down a touch, I would really appreciate it. Normally guards spawn here, but if you fire too many rockets, like 6 guards should spawn here, but they don't spawn if you fire too many RPGs for some reason. Completely useless to the speedrun, but it is interesting.
2 ways also, and I should have mentioned this during the Volgin fight, that the tuxedo kind of gets in your way. For Volgin, you can use the Rykov outfit that we took from him to temporarily sort of give him a mental stun, as Rykov was his lover. It does upset him, but it is a way to work it out, which you obviously can't do in the tuxedo run. Then here, generally folks use the Soviet Union decor for this run, just to get the guards to hesitate a bit. But again, of course, you can't use that for this tuxedo run, so he kind of has to raw dog it with the tuxedo.
Yeah. In all camos, we'll actually use the sneaking suit as well. Oh, I'm not going to get into FaZe Clan shooting like this. This is like my Modern Warfare 2 sniping montage. You can do little bits of damage to the Shagohod, that's why I'm firing so many rockets, because it will matter later. Take a ton of damage in the tuxedo because the amount of damage the guards do to you is based on your camo index. So because the Tuxedo gives a bad camo index, you get shot a lot more. And there's nothing we can do to negate the amount of incoming damage. Like Daze was saying before, you can use the Cold War camo from Volgin, which will make them only shoot you when they can see your back. And there's also the sneaking suit as well. But because we're wearing the Tuxedo, we can't use any of that. So we're just trying to reduce the amount of incoming damage where possible. The most dangerous guards are the guards with rocket launchers, and there's a few of them. Their spawns are like static. There's like one up here. So I have to make sure that grenade lands. And I actually heard him get knocked out as well. So there's one more rocket guard before the end. And he's just on the way out here. Yay, we didn't get shot by a rocket. Good times. So you shoot the gunners off because the drivers can't hit you as well. If you hit the drivers, new bikes will like spawn in periodically, but only 4 can be on screen at any one time. And I'm also quick reloading, so I'm equipping and unequipping the gun to refill the chamber. I don't know anything about guns, but basically I can shoot it more often if I unequip it and re-equip it. So now it's just the drivers. We are chilling. We don't need to worry about them. They will still shoot you, but they're just not very accurate.
So climactic.
During the next section, we don't actually have to shoot the bikes. The Shagohod will eventually run them over. If you shoot these guards, if you like stun them, and the Shagohod then runs them over, they can sometimes count as a kill. So you can lose a Foxhound rank to that. So we just never shoot them. He's gonna say that a lot, so I hope you enjoy his voice lines here.
You could make a song out of this.
He didn't feel a thing.
The intent is to give you sort of a sense of urgency so that you take out all of these when the Shagohod hits the bridge. You can take out all but one and then just kind of chill until Shagohod gets here.
You wait for him to drive through the McDonald's M in the middle. So there is a way to constantly keep the back of the Shagohod. It's called the Shagohod loop. You have to set it up at the start with like a really perfect shot, which I don't believe I've got. Oh, maybe we'll get it a little bit. But we're trying to stay behind him as much as possible. While the back is sparking, it has iframes, so I'm waiting for like a visual indicator that I can hit it again. Also, when he moves, that's also a good indicator. This is looking good so far.
Do I have time for a donation?
Got him. No scope. Let's go.
We have a $50 donation from Pinky Oats, who says, "Hello from the audience. Happy to support Apache as a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid 3, Speedrunning, and the Kojima Frequency podcast. Absolutely killing it. Donating to the Dark Ending for Dark Souls." And that puts Dark Ending ahead now by $35, 95 to 60. And that is our last donation incentive for today, the end of the run after this. So be sure to get your donations in if you want to influence that. You can use the link I just paused my thought to post in chat if you're watching online, or in the room, the QR code on the sign at the right front of the room. Thanks for all your donations.
There's one more RPG guard just around this corner. You only get a few seconds to hit him. It's like the bane of all runners. Missed him, missed him. You might get to see what it looks like when... Oh no, just got him in the end. You almost got to see what it looks like when you get hit by a rocket. That RPG guard's infamous because on all of the platforms like PlayStation 2, PS3, when you get hit by the rocket, the game slows to like 2 frames per second. But it doesn't do that on the Xbox. These platform guards are super annoying. The middle one can get above you in a position where you can't actually hit him anymore. Because I'm in the Tuxedo, they will just hit me a bunch. Oh, there we go, I did get him. I thought he was going to get above me. These platform guards just do way more damage to you than anything else during the bike chase section. It's crazy the amount of damage they do. I wouldn't really recommend no-scoping, but like once you've done this section hundreds and hundreds of times, you look for ways to kind of like spice it up. The platforms can also land on you, and they can also land on you in a way which causes you to catch fire. I got really unlucky there because 2 of them landed on me. Most of the time it doesn't happen at all. I just got super unlucky. So like even though I was taking them out quite fast, I still lost all my health just to like RNG. A horrible, horrible section. Really difficult to do in Tuxedo without dying. When I was originally going for like the first Foxhound rank in Tuxedo, I kept getting runs up to the platform guards and then just losing all my health.
I'm just thinking about, I'm like praying that Eva doesn't like go around the tree. That's all I'm thinking about
Yeah,
right now.
she will. I'm sure.
Spoilers,
Eva will
but
be
yeah.
a nightmare for me. Generally is. I have the worst Eva at marathons every time. We're done with the auto scroller, yay! Alright, so we've got to cure Eva, and we've also got to feed her some instant noodles. I'm just saying these things out loud so I remember to do them. No, food first, eat first. There we go.
Let me have some more.
You can actually just ditch Eva at first in this first room.
What a gentleman.
But now we just got to keep Eva moving. There's some guards coming from where we are now, so you just got to get Eva moving straight away. She follows the same rules as you, so if the guards see her, it's game over if discovered.
We're also going to approach a point where Eva's routing can adjust depending on RNG. This can be a very good or bad thing depending on which route she decides to take.
Generally, if you stay like really close to her, or not like that, I might get seen now. That'd be hilarious. I don't think I've ever been caught in this room before. First time for everything, right?
Just like MAGFest.
So if you let her get too close to you, she'll stop. So.
Mind if I squeeze in a couple of donations?
Yeah, of course.
All right. We have a $10.69 donation from Big Boss Did Nothing Wrong, with no further comment. And from Debbie and Sean, we have $15 saying, love MAGFest, love MAGFAST, love Metal Gear Solid.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Facts.
So this is just the last room with guards, and then she did not start moving there. There we go. It's the last room with guards, and then we'll fight the final boss. So we are coming to the end of the run now. I need them guards to like stop like getting away from me. Perfect. Managed to stop them from leaving. That's ideal. If those guards had got around that corner, they're very difficult to deal with. So I'm gonna manage to stop them in their tracks. Oh, so there's like a bug in the game. After you jump off this ledge with Eva, sometimes she'll just walk back to the start of the level. It's very rare, but we don't know what causes it, and you know it's like a 3-minute time loss if it happens. So it's completely out of our control.
It's like she doesn't want us to drink.
Yeah. Hopefully that won't happen. She didn't do it, yay! I don't lose 3 minutes for no reason. Right, so we don't have CQC for the boss, but we can still use the repel, so I can still dodge her attacks. If you press circle too early, you actually get locked out of it and she'll beat you up, so you have to time you press this perfectly.
Someone seems like legitimately offended at this.
So I'm just going to shoot her with the Mosin, throw a stun to kind of loop her on the ground. It does actually matter where you hit her as well. Like, headshots do a lot more damage.
Apache is also working on a, what do we call it? A one-punch run, where you can't combo. You all CQC, but only single punches. And it takes just about the enrage timer that she gives you.
Yeah, so you've got a 10-minute timer for this fight, and I beat her like multiple times using only single punches. So it takes about 9.5 minutes to do that. I would do that today, but it literally takes too long, and it's very easy to mess up. So now I'm just baiting her into attacking me. So normally you'd hit her twice and then you'd slam, but because I don't have CQC, I can only punch, which does a lot less damage. And now I'm just going to hide from her. Here's a good hiding place. Bit of hide and seek for the final boss. And this will be it. So the run actually ends, so this is an unskippable cutscene. Yeah, I won't say what happens, I'm sure you all know, but the time is actually on the final fight with Ocelot on the wig, so I'll call that time when we come to it.
And the boss died, and nothing bad ever happened in this world ever again.
Why are you giving me this?
Or should I say, Snake, you're wonderful.
He's getting his trigger finger ready, y'all.
Kill me. Kill me now.
Which, for those who don't know, as the boss asks Snake to kill her, Kojima actually makes you press the button.
Yeah.
You can't quit this moment until you actually kill her.
And because we're speedrunning it, we're always like this at this point to get the killer on the earliest frame possible. So as final duel with Ocelot, we pick the left revolver as that's the one that has the bullet in it. Time is coming up on the final shot of the revolver. 2, 3, 4, 5, and time. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for being such a forgiving audience and laughing at every single one of my jokes and singing Snake Eater on the ladder. You know, I'll remember that forever. Days, thank you so much for commentating. I'm Apache Smash. If you like Metal Gear speedruns, I stream on Twitch at least once a year, minimum. We do actually have a podcast. It's called the Kojima Frequency, where we discuss everything about the man and his games, and we talk about Metal Gear a whole lot. So please check that out. If you see me around, feel free to come and get drunk with me. This is like the first time at MAGFest. I've had a great time. Keep raising money for Child's Play. Enjoy Dark Souls that's coming up next. That's going to be awesome. Shout out to my girlfriend, Katie.
Shout out Katie. Thanks for letting him come over.
Yeah, big love, everyone. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.